Fellow South Africans, my country people, this is Beyond the Ballot on SA Corner, and I want us to talk about the situation in KZN because we cannot just ignore what just happened in the just inconclusive South African elections 2024. Let's just go back to the day we went to the polls. We've seen our people gone out in their numbers, stood in very long queues. It was indeed the day that most of us have been waiting for, the most anticipated, the most contested, the most exciting elections in the history of South Africa since 1994. Indeed, 2024 elections was our 1994. Our people stood in very long queues, even in the dark, some of them that were allowed to still vote at late, and in cold weather. The elections went through, and the results were prematurely announced, of course. And the one province that was celebrating the most was KZN. I've never seen South Africans so happy, so united, celebrating freedom like that. It was so heartwarming, so wonderful to watch. These are the people that were united. I'm going to use KZN right now because of the current video that I'm stitching. And I'll tell you why I concur with them. It's because, let's take an example, the situation of Abo Gogo was in 93. And those Gogos are Gogos that were previously, been under the previous ANC-led government. And we believe and we were told that they were well taken care of, especially during the election season, campaign season. However, they went all out and voted for the MK party. We've seen, celebrations, crickets. People did not sleep. That's how excited those people were, satisfied and happy with the outcome of the results of KZN, which was 45%. And now let's quickly go through this particular video that I stitched for you, which states that IFP-ANC-DA government of national unity in KZN is illegal and unconstitutional. Does the current constitution provide for the GNU? That's the question. No. The term GNU is unconstitutional. GNU was written only in the interim constitution. The government in KZN is unconstitutional. MK took the KZN premier to the High Court as they are illegal, says this write-up. You cannot overthrow MK in KZN with 45% of the vote. Neither can you overthrow the ANC nationally with 40% of the vote. The party with the most votes is the governing party. That's democracy, by the way. The ANC, with its 149 seats in parliament, can by law elect the president and the speaker on their own, as they constitute 1/3 of the members of parliament nationally. So likewise, so can MK also elect the premier with its 37 members, as it constitutes more than 1/3. That is what the constitution terms as a minority government. And that's exactly what we've been saying, some of us. The party with the most votes in the ruling or ruling party by law, who enjoys the support of the will of the people. Let me repeat that last statement. The party with the most votes is the ruling or the ruling party by law, who enjoys the support of the will of the people. So with that being said, we are just here to say, after observing the past few days, what's been happening in the courts in KZN, Pietermaritzburg High Court, with all the activities, to say this is what it is, and we believe it, and some of us will support it, to say let it be according to this a write-up that I just read for you. And also when it comes to rule number 7 that we also see, flying all over social media, because obviously this kind of things, we're not seeing them on our TVs, we don't see them on our media, broadcasts. Of course, TikTok being, our reliable source. And we also came across an article that states, according to Rule 7, it reads, if a political party wins the most votes in a province but fails to reach a majority, which in brackets 50% plus 1, it must form a coalition with the other parties to remain a majority. The party with the most votes is obligated, I beg your pardon, to form a coalition with other parties to reach a majority. So that's rule number 7 of the Constitution. In practice, this means that if a party wins, for example, 40% of the vote, it must form a coalition with other parties that have won at least 10% of the vote to reach a majority. This ensures that the governing party has the support of at least 50% plus 1 of the provincial legislature. So Rule 7 is intended to promote coalition governments and consensus building in provinces where no single party has the majority. In this case, NK party in KZN happens to be the party in majority. And therefore, we want to say and to urge the government of this country to do what's right to the people of KZN while we await the outcome of the IEC or the electoral courts, with all the other parties that are querying and questioning the outcome of this past inconclusive elections. Thank you, Mzansi. Let's just stick to the truth. And this is democracy, and the people shall govern. I love you, South Africa. I believe in your future. Your future is bright. God bless South Africa. We pray for her peace, for her safety, and for her prosperity. Mother of the nation, Queen Lebomkize, shalom, shalom. Maibu, yay! Africa. God bless you, and I love you. Good night.